In this lesson, we'll finish rigging the eyes. The eyes present us with a formidable challenge. If we were to go ahead and select, let's say, our right eye, and go ahead and do a look at constraint to our eye control, we can see that it's going to flip out because of how the eye is oriented. Just from selecting it, you can see that it's at a slant. So even if we were to go to our rotation list to edit our look at constraint settings, you can see that our look at axis is actually the Y, and in this case our axis source would be the Z. Even setting that, it's not going to fix our problem for us. So we need to come up with another solution to get this working. What we could actually do is use another point helper that's aligned to the eye. From there we can link the eye to that helper, and being that we won't edit the orientation of the eye, we can do a much more seamless look at constraint connection. And being that the eye is linked to that helper, it will follow correctly. Okay, so we're just using this pretty cool technique here to get this working for us. Okay, there's no need to try to figure out some complicated solution for the eye. So let's go ahead and create this. We'll go to our create panel, head over to our helpers, create another point helper. Go to the modify panel, let's make this a cross, and we'll quick snap it to the eye with Shift A. From there we can adjust its size, maybe bring that to about, let's say 10. Alright, what I'm also going to go ahead and do is clone another from this, so we can press Control V, make it a copy, choose OK, and align that to the left eye to take care of that. Let's go ahead and rename these. We'll probably want to head over to our layer manager and freeze the character. Alright, so the one on the left side we can call PTCTRL underscore L underscore I01. Copy the name and rename the right side. Now before we do any linking, let's go ahead and go back to our layer manager and unfreeze the character temporarily. If we were to go ahead and select the right eye, we can actually see that it is instance. Okay, there are no settings to adjust here under our modify panel, but there are with the left. So again, here's that instance trick. If you want to remove an instance, what I'm going to go ahead and do is simply clone this eye with Control V, make it a copy. There are the settings. Now we can go ahead and create a layer. We can hide this and go ahead and select the original right eye and delete it. Then I'll go ahead and unhide, and there we have it. Alright, so from here we will make the default layer the active. We can now select this eye and remove it from this layer by simply adding it back to our animation character layer. Then we can go ahead and delete layer 1. Okay. I'd like to also go ahead and rename the eyes, being that they're geometry. Can simply call them GEO for our prefix underscore L underscore I01. Copy the name, go to the right, and rename it. Alright, so we'll set up our links, and then we can finish up by look at constraining to these controls. So first things first, let's go ahead and take the helpers, and I'll go ahead and freeze the character again. It keeps getting in the way. Okay, we can select our helpers, go to our link tool, and link to the head bone. What we can do from there is go ahead and freeze their transformations. Clean them up. Now selecting the eyeballs, so we'll need to go back to our layer manager, unfreeze the character. I'll go ahead and actually select both of them, add them to a layer so they're easier to work with. We can hide the character from here, and then it's just a matter of linking to the helpers. Once that's done, again with the eye selected, can go ahead and add them back to the animation character layer. Go ahead and make the default layer active and delete layer 1. Then bring the character back. Alright, so now we can go ahead and freeze the character again. Alright, now we can set up our look at constraint. So, starting with this right eye, we can select its helper. Go ahead and choose look at constraint and connect to our control. It's going to flip out, yes. But now what we can do is head over to our rotation list to adjust our look at constraint options. And again, this look at axis is actually the Y axis. You can see that looking at our manipulator, so we'll choose that. And there we have it. If we were to go ahead and take this eye control and start to move that around, there is the eye rotating just fine. Okay, so we learned a trick. Even when the eye is slanted, we can still bypass that by using another object, not tweaking its orientation at all, instead just moving it into place and then setting up a few links and then do our constraint. Okay, so let's take care of this left eye to kind of finish up here. It flips on us, but no problem. Go ahead and choose the Y-axis, and there we have it. Now, if you want to, you can go ahead and adjust your view line absolute setting. Go ahead and turn that off. So the line is actually looking directly at the object, and then it doesn't go past that. I'll do the same for the other helper. You can turn it off if you like, but I'd recommend keeping it on. What we're going to do is actually hide the helpers, and then that's going to hide this view line. But if we ever need to see where the line is, we simply just bring the helpers back. So heading back to the layer manager, let's go ahead and select our eye helpers and add them to objects to hide. Okay, so as we hide them, there we have it. It's a lot cleaner. We can orient the eyes, have them look at you. Then when we go ahead and unhide again, we see the view length. Great, well, we have finished rigging the eyes. The next step, and our last step actually for the character's face, or for our head rig, that is to set up facial controls. So that's what we're going to start in the next lesson.